That's the roosters? Are those roosters? Are they, is that noise? Nomsu.
Sir?
Are those roosters? Is that the noise I'm hearing?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought you're talking to someone. Yeah, that's roosters from the compound.
Oh wow, 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 wow. That
Yes, sir.
interesting. I want to say decent, but I don't want to sound. I don't know, but that sounds interesting.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm really just hanging out for myself. But so I just started recording this so that way it adds multiple layers of value. We're going to put it right to that YouTube channel so that we don't
Okay.
use it as a
Yeah.
place of. So the first part about getting ready to trade is looking to see on what's called an economic calendar to make sure you're not about to step in a bad situation, right? So
Okay.
I use investing.com, and I know a lot of people use this one called Forex Factory.
Yes, Forest Factory. I know Forest Factory.
Right, right, right. So you pretty much, this is the time it is now for me. You pretty much want to look. Right now, we're really going to be concentrating on 2 a.m. my time to 3 a.m. 1 hour, and I can explain in a minute why. So right here, we're looking. The next something's happening in 30 minutes. Then the next thing happens at 4:30, and it's in Hong Kong or HKD, wherever that's at, right? So
Okay.
from this perspective, there's no news that's going to be potentially putting something in the way of what we're looking at on the chart. Because when the news event come out, and most of them are documented, right? That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
You want to just stay away from the market during those like 15 to 20 minutes before and 15 to 20 minutes after.
After.
All right, so
Okay.
that whole little window. So you want to look to see.
Okay.
So I'm about to close this one. We're looking for Forex Factory. So we're leaving Sunday, right? And
Okay.
we're walking into Monday the 27th.
Monday.
There's nothing
Yes.
going on, right? But so what I
Yeah.
do is I haven't done it this week. I was traveling on Saturday. On Saturdays, what I normally do is look at the economic calendar for the week and anything that might be um, something I need to be concerned about. I would put it in my actual Google Calendar so it would remind me an hour before so I don't get myself caught up because I have before, right? So
Okay.
we're going since we got a little bit of time, we're gonna look at this calendar for the week to see what we would want to stay away from. So a bank holiday in the Japan yen tomorrow, so I would almost not trade anything that got a yen on it, right?
Okay.
Right. So that's one. Then during that time of day, which is like 8, 7, 9 o'clock my time, PM, I probably would. I don't trade that time anyway, but I definitely wouldn't trade it because that's their banking hours and they're going to be closed. So that would be one thing for me to take Tuesday off from all the yen trades and that time of day. So now going into Wednesday, the first thing on here is something happening in the U.S. at 5:30. Unless something's crazy in my world, I don't trade that time anyway. Something's going on with the U.S. at 7. I wouldn't trade that time anyway. And then you have what's called FOC at 11 a.m. I could be in the market at that time, so I would make a note that this is happening on the dollar, and I wouldn't trade any dollar pairs.
Okay.
So just really kind of how to stay out of a landmine. Now I have some friends that actually look for this stuff and they go to try to get in front of it, but I'm not a daredevil, or I don't like to take a lot of chances when it
Yeah.
comes to the market, right?
Okay.
I treat the market like it's the ocean, and I'm a surfer. I never try
Okay.
to go against the tide. All right, good brother. Okay, so Thursday, first thing happens at midnight. Okay, 2 o'clock. The euro, something's going on with the euro. That will be important to me, so I will put this in the calendar. because we're about to trade at 2 o'clock tonight. So we want to know on Thursday, the euro could be a little wacky. 4:45, I will want to be out of the market anyway, but there's nothing wrong with putting all of it in your calendar. So your calendars, so my notifications will be letting me know, watch out, watch out, watch out. So that way, if I change up my trading ideas for that day, I don't get messed up by what's going to happen and I forgot about it. Okay. So now, if you look at April the 30th, right? The euro has a holiday, the Swiss franc has a holiday, and this is the euro too. The French and Italian banks have a holiday. So I would stay away from these two pairs, these two currencies, the Swiss franc and the euro, all day for the 30th. Does that translate well?
Yes, sir. I'm following, sir.
Right. So that's the first thing I would do is make sure I'm not stepping into a landmine. Hold on. The reason why I would get in the market right now is because 2 o'clock. So I'm assuming you know, but because other people's gonna listen, I'm gonna say it like you don't, right? So the Japan banking hours are now, right? And then at 2 a.m. my time, Germany, the Frankfort banks start to open. They're 1 hour before London. So all those bankers for that morning is about to come online. And so I'm looking for, at 2 a.m., something's going to spike somewhere. And I'm just trying to find out where it is, right? But this is also could be scary time, because whatever happened at 2, which is which is 1 hour before the London, when London comes on at 3, which is 8 o'clock your time, everything can change because there's a new set of bankers coming in pushing the market. So I like to come in at 2, but I gotta be out by 3. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I don't have any. We're gonna follow the 20 pip and dip model, but before 3 o'clock we're gonna get out all our trades and relook again.
Yeah.
Wanted to.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's great, sir.
So on the 20 pip and dip strategy, the first thing that Coach Max did, and I went over this with the video with Rico this morning, is on the back. It's already in the YouTube page. So I'm not going to do a lot of explaining. I'm going to just go to work and you can ask me questions. All right, so that's our support resistance. I probably can put one around here too, but just I got enough to see what I want to see. Can you see this chart right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can see. So many support and resistance.
Right.
Okay, can see better now. So is this the 1 hour chart?
Yes, 1 hour chart.
Okay.
And one of the things I see right here, right? You see how these 2 points are pressing in? This
Okay.
this spot right here where they cross is called an apex. You'll learn that in going through the material, right? So
Okay.
price has been bouncing up and down, and you're expecting some level of explosion on the other side. So me personally, well, we still got an hour, so I would be waiting on just this particular pair to see what it does on the outside of this explosion. I would wait to see where it break. And then so this one is already set. I'm gonna put it back, right?
Okay.
You can see how it hit right here, it hit right here,
Okay.
hit right here. So that's enough for me for a support line. All right, so she went from after she set support and resistance, she went to a candle. This is super tight.
Right.
So right now, what I'm doing is looking at how they look together, how they look right now, to see which ones I'm gonna want to focus in on around that right before 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So this hour is kind of a prep hour. This looks wacky right here because the angle really is. So with all you see how this is so small,
Yeah.
I'll probably so let me okay. There's a very high probability we're not going to trade this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So matter of fact, let me hold on. We looked at the euro CAD and we looked at the euro dollar. I'm putting an X next to the dollar so I won't go back and look at it again when I do my second round of this.
Okay.
And you can see once you click it here, this one shows up pretty clearly.
Okay.
I clicked it because of this one over here. And look over
Okay.
here. So now if you look at time frames, right?
Okay.
This was March the, let's say 30th. And then this one was April the 24th. So it's a month apart, but it stopped at the same level. And it did it again here. So stuff like that becomes important to identify those places where prices stop before. All right, so this one looks a little funner. Candle. Now, this particular one also warrants another one going this way. Now, what's interesting here is price was coming up. It made a sharp turn up. It hit this wall, right? So now it has apex right here. But the 50 average she talking about was all the way down here. So you would almost want to see this come this way. But either way, it's worth watching, but it's pressure all right here, which is now a good thing for us to look at again at the beginning of the hour. So we'll look at this one again. But we already got the mark. We got it marked up. Is this looking, is this making sense?
Yes, sir. It's making sense. Though the trend lines are a little bit confusing.
Oh, the trend line. Oh, so yeah, that's what I want you to ask. So what's happening with the trend line? Let's go back to this one. We're looking at wicks. So this wick right here, and then these wicks right here. So it's how on the support and resistance, it's points across. On the trend lines is wicks that touch. So this one was this wick, and I moved up till I got to this one. The lowest 2 points creates the line, but you see how this made another sharp one. So I went from this point to this bottom point to make another line. So that's really how you gauge your trends. It's just the top wick coming down till it touch in, and then move forward. And is that clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right. So we're really just documenting what price has been doing. Safe travels, beloved. Do your dance. All right. this is right here is one of the worst times of me taking a trade, like right here, because it's at the support, right, or the level they call it, because there ain't no telling what it's gonna do. And I've been busting my head a couple of times trying to guess, so I don't guess anymore. I just wait. Like Coach Max, have you seen the video about the 20 pips and dip? Have you logged in yet?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be important. She has a great phrase that I heard her say a couple of times. She says at certain times of the trade, she sits on her hands, which to me is super decent because it's just saying to make sure she don't press the button at the wrong time.
Okay.
All right, so we got our lines in. Switch over. My hobby said, keep your light on the world. Shine a light for the world to see. So for the trend line again, we're going from this line to this spot, and I'll bring it up in a minute. Go from this spot to this spot. Then at the same time, we're going from this spot up to this spot.
Okay.
Now we make them pretty. Get them down to the right at the wick. Okay. So we're waiting for something to break. It would be hoping it break down here. However, that what you say, brother? You got the S6 right?
Yeah, I got it on you.
Okay.
Now I'm talking about these niggas right here. I was at Modell's trying to find, they're open and trying to find there.
So that, all right. This is so that 50 she was talking about, the 50 average is down here. Because see price been pushing up here, you would almost be looking for, this is a support line, this is a resistance going into support. Coming into 2 o'clock, this would be interesting area over here if it break through.
Okay.
But we don't know, we just document so we can look. So right now I'm going through 10 different charts, and we only got to be right on one chart, one time. So this is just the prep. This is the preparation for me. Back to knowing a little bit about the sessions. So I'm not doing anything other than what she teaches on the 20 pips and dip strategy. Because if we can do something different, we don't need to use the coaches. So I want to just show that learning the 20 dips and pip process is doable. We can do that one there. That's one. This is probably gonna be one. You can see the support lines again, support and resistance. So I'm going back because I want something to connect. See, if this is high, I want to find something back here that's high as well, higher, so I can connect. You kind of see why I'm picking this support resistance lines.
Yeah.
Are you starting to see a pattern for why I'm picking certain support and resistance lines?
Okay.
You still there, Nomsu?
Yes, sir. I'm only focusing to see how you pick your support and resistance.
Say it again, my friend.
Yeah, I said I'm focusing to see how you pick your support and resistance.
Right. I don't like this one too much either.
Yeah.
Not too much. There's a big shift right here.
Yeah.
Went right super tight right here.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, it's kind of unattractive. Now, because it's a dollar chart, I mean an hour chart, you might even come and look at this right here. Yeah, I'll put an X on it already. We're not even gonna look back at it for this strategy. Mm. This one got a high likelihood of turning around, but I don't want to base a decision off of what I see.
Mm.
It's got a high likelihood to turn back down, in my opinion. Any questions so far?
Yeah, not really, sir. Not yet.
So this is the high. This one got a high probability of turning around too.
Okay.
What's funny is this, I guess, is a little more advanced, right?
Sir?
In order for this chart, this is the. Can you see the chart? This is a dollar Swiss franc.
Okay. Yeah.
In order for
Dollar
this
Swiss
chart,
franc.
in order for this chart to go up, it means the dollar has to be strong. Okay.
Okay.
So now, but if you go back to this is something like I said more advanced than just following the trader. If you look at this chart, in order for this one to go down, the way I said, it also needs a strong dollar. So the one strong dollar would affect those two charts the way that I'm looking at it, right? Does that make sense?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
potentially
What pair is this, sir?
this is the pound dollar.
Okay. Okay.
So in order for this chart to go down, the dollar has to get stronger.
Okay.
So stronger than at least the pound. So that just both spoke to me. All right. Did anybody in the group from this morning, did anybody look like they were interested in moving forward? They just need the questions answered, or is it just a curiosity thing? What was your assessment of the group you put on the webinar?
Okay. I'll be able to say much after they receive this webinar video and watch it. And now they declaring interest. All they are requesting is the video to watch it back because most of them couldn't participate fully due to network issues. They didn't get the whole thing fully. So, and that's why they are requesting for the recorded video. So
Right.
hopefully after the video has been released to them and they should be able to make a decision from there.
Sure. Now, the group themselves, is there any like where did you know the people? I didn't see all the names that were on there. There was Mr. Rambis kept talking to him. You bomb?
Sir?
Do you remember somebody there on the call called Ubong?
Yes, Yubong. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What does he do? Where do you know him from?
I really don't know him. I think it's Rambos that connected him. So Rambos asked me if I know where he reside, and the guy said he reside in Akwa Ibom. It's a state very far away from where I stay.
So he wasn't your guest on the he wasn't your guest on the webinar. He was Mr. Rambis's.
Pardon?
Who invited him onto the webinar?
Yeah, it's Mr. Rambos. It's
Oh,
Mr. Rambos. I invited him. Yeah. So
okay.
Mr. Rambos tried to link us, but the guy is over I think 10 hours drive away from where I am.
I got it. How far are you from Logos?
Pardon?
How far are you from Logos?
From Lagos, Lagos is far too. It's very far. I should be about 7-8 hours journey.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Not up to 10 hours. Not up to 10 hours. Yeah.
This one is kind of interesting. Wow, if you look from here, which is
Yeah.
March the 27th, all the way to now, this is the highest point it's been the whole time.
Yeah. I can see that.
So you would have thought it would have bounced here, but it went right
But
there.
it didn't.
Right. So that's back to about paying attention to the ocean. We don't have to have a super emotional attachment to why it did it, but we do have to pay attention that it did it.
Okay.
Now, I told you that the other two charts were saying that we're going to have a strong, it looked like we need a strong dollar, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
This is the Australian dollar, US dollar. So if the US dollar goes up as well, it's going to go down on this chart.
Down.
Too. But there's no in the 20 pips and dip, there's normally the trend line that is breaking through to make whatever the decision you want to make. So
Okay.
if you don't have that, we got 15 minutes. So from here, it's nothing for us to see what it's going to break under. But let's go to the 5-minute chart. And you can see it hit this resistance and it's starting to make its way. It has a high likelihood of coming back to here or coming to here. But it doesn't meet the criteria of the 20 pips and dip. So we're not going to try to figure out a new way to look at it, because we want not just ourselves for this project, but for the hundreds of people that come behind us to be able to learn and trust the 20 pip and dip process.
Okay.
Although this has a potentiality to come down, it doesn't hit our threshold for
Requirements.
Right, parameters. So we're gonna take that one away too. Now we got 15 minutes to decide who we gonna bet on, right?
Okay.
At least the watch for which one we're gonna look for. So the Euro CAD again. This is interesting. So we don't have she said look for one that was about to do something. So we don't have one. So this is worth looking at because it's about it got a brick on one of these two sides. So let's take this down. So if nothing else. And this is the EuroCAD. Yeah, so okay. We still got to see EuroCAD, put with a question mark. Take that back over. Euro dollar, we put an X on. So we're not even going to go back to that one. New Zealand, Japan yen. It just broke through, right?
Okay.
But so there's a thing called whipsaw, which is when it breaks through, pumps one way, but then goes the other way, which is why I can see Coach Max saying make sure it breaks all the way through the trend line before you take the trade. Yeah. Nothing crazy here. It's not about the break on the other side of this anytime soon.
Okay.
15 minutes, so we're not going to really focus here, although this big rejection says something, but that's not the 20 pips and dip strategy. So we're only really worried about that.
Okay.
So let's put an X on them. Now remember, we have includes of a strong dollar, and this is the New Zealand dollar, and it just ran up to a resistance level. There's a high probability this one's going to come down, and we shall look at it again. Mark this one. Yeah, it's not too exciting, but not a no go. So this is the spot where it looked like Mark was trying to make a decision from the hour chart. We saw once it did that, it bounced off of the support and ran up to this resistance. And so from here to here is 15 pips. Yeah.
It seems you are exhausted.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Somebody was asking me to help him, and so I told him this is the part where working with my friends is harder for me because I'm doing something I would have went to bed, but I told him I would do it, and he's not here. So, if it was somebody like how me and you, we have an agreement. We say we're gonna do something. We both. I hold you to it. I hold myself to it, and then we move forward. My friends can just do this to me.
Exactly.
So, this also doesn't meet the requirements. We're high above the 50 trend line. We got a lot of stuff right here. So if it even ran down, it would be 6 pips. And so I'm going to actually put an X on that too. So New Zealand dollar, the pound Swiss franc, I think if it goes under here, we can take it. But let's go here. I gave this one an X already, so I'm not even gonna go back. This one here. Like I said, the strong dollar should make it go down. So let's put a mark here. Oh, fine, sure. This got a, well, this can go either way. This got a another symmetrical triangle coming down here and coming up there. There ain't no telling what this is gonna do. Seems like it's gonna go down, but it ain't no telling because it's not crossing down here. You really bet that it's gonna go down. Nothing all the way supports that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of skip this one. It came off of support right here on this line. It bounced up, so it could take us to here, which is the 20 pips. Now, another potential thing I see now is that it was heavy going this way too, which allows room for it to grow. But this again is a potential strong dollar coming off of a support and making the part of the trend line. And then it bounced up to here. It'll be 16 pips by itself. And now we will, what she said is sit on our hands to let the actual market open up and then see out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be the CAD. So we're going to wait for Frankfort to actually open up. Probably even give us one candle, which is 505, and see what we see. And from there, make a decision on if we're going to take a trade, because we might not even take one. And put the proper take profits in after we set the trade and give it some room to breathe. Oh, we're not giving it room to breathe. We got till 3 o'clock. We get out of whatever we got.
Okay.
So let me see who we got. We got potentially the pound. The dollar franc. Sure. So the ones I'm about to re-identify them in my head, but one of them was the dollar Swiss franc. So this is a different screen, and we're going to put a 5-minute chart on the dollar Swiss franc. And this, like I told you, it looks like it's going to be a strong dollar, so which means it will go up. And that's,
Okay.
I can see potentially that. So I'm going to leave this one going, right? So that was the. So another one we said, hold on, and dollar Swiss franc. Okay. Another one we were looking at was the Euro CAD. And so, hold on. So now we're going to go to the Euro CAD in the 5-minute chart. Okay. I don't know what I was looking at here. Let's look back at it on the hour chart,
Okay.
which is Euro CAD. Okay. So you see it on the hour, right?
Yes.
It broke through, but it didn't break, right? And so I guess we can go to the 5-minute chart here since we're on. So that's looking interesting. We got 3 minutes for the chart start. For the Frankfort to start. Okay. So, what is a dollar CAD though? So it looked like the Euro CAD wanted to go down, which means a stronger CAD, but the dollar CAD it doesn't speak to it either way. So I know you. I'm not sure if you was taking notes or not. Which your 1 or 2 pairs would you like to see? Which way it go, if any?
Pardon?
I said, do you have a pair that you want to see what direction it goes that you thought that you know or you could tell?
Uh, Absolutely. I'm looking to see how it's going to go with all the pairs, and I'm not really focusing on a single pair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point of this time frame is to narrow it down. Well, so what we'll do for what you're saying is we'll go through all of them at about 15 after and see how they turned out.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap this up. You got 1 minute before.
Okay. So you're not going to place any trade?
You just said we're not looking at any one. You said we're going to see how all of them work out. So I'm not going to focus. I got one chart, which is the yeah. I told you that this one looked interesting, right? Which was, can you see this one?
Yes.
I think this one was going to go up. I told you I thought the Euro CAD was going to go down, but none of them are really structured the way the 20 pips in BIP strategy is, right? So it'd be more about how I think versus I don't want us to trade off how I think. I want to talk about what I see,
Okay.
but so now it's 2 o'clock. Frankfort is coming online. We have, well, let's go back to our big screen so we can just call it out, right?
Okay.
Now, what I do with these was to kind of give me an idea of which ones I wanted to look at. If I want to actually place my trade, I would press the buttons here. But I use, well, so I use the other monitors that I got in here to help me tell. So I'm going to take let me see. I think I'm going to get a strong dollar. Um, let's see. Like I said, let's give it 10 minutes to let them develop. But this one is the Euro CAD. Let's make this bigger for right now for this screen. So remember we said Euro CAD down. We said dollar franc up and potentially pound dollar down. I got them written down here on my little note paper.
Okay.
Uh, hold on. But none of them went perfectly with the 20 pip and dip strategy. So from that position of trading, I wouldn't be taking any trades right now.
Okay.
I would just come back, look when the London starts, or come back when the New York is on. The one thing about trading, right? Nobody can force you to press the button. You have to press the button because
Okay.
you wanted to, and hopefully because it made sense to you some kind of way.
Okay.
Now, just coming, like I said, just coming out because we were at 2 o'clock. We saw this one come to rejection. So closing out of this candle, I would have took the down trade. But it would have been at the end of this candle over to this hole. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to treat it like we took all three trades. One was the pound dollar that we wanted to go down. One was the Euro CAD that we wanted to go down. And the other was the dollar franc, which we wanted to go up.
Up. Yeah.
So you can make a note of that. And this Euro CAD is going down. So we would have gotten the trade here. And that is, can't see it, so you got to give me a second. So that is 1-3. I'm sorry, hold on. 1-5-2 1.537. So 20 pips is going to be 1.52337. So let's put a, hold on a second. Oh, you probably not looking at my screen.
Okay.
What I'm doing here is trying to get the other red line to exactly 20 pips away. This is 20 pips
Okay.
here to here. And the way I'm going to be trading, which is the only probably unique thing about I'm going to do my regular way, is this is 3, this is 4, 8, 7. This is 5 pips. So this one would have cashed out. And then I would have had another one at 10 pips. But we're only going, like I said, ride this out for the hour. And then we can put it back over here. So let's look over here. Back to what I said with the coach with the 20 pips and dip. One of the things she was highlighting is outside of that it was going to be a horizontal line that matched what was going on, it was almost that if we wanted this to go up, we would have wanted price to go above this, and it didn't. So we wanted it to go up. This was where we were, but it's smarter not to take this trade, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We wanted this one to go down, but for the same reason, it wasn't on the other side of the moving average, so it didn't make sense to take this trade. Although we would have cashed out with the 5 pips, we wouldn't have got to the 20. And I guess that's one of the biggest takeaways is that if you don't have a solid reason to press the button, just don't press the button.
Okay.
Because the things I was saying was, this is what I would like to see happen based on what I'm looking at, right? But none of them had met the criteria where she had the one that was a super clear, it's called a doji, but the small little candle or indecision, and it was already pretty much under the price action. I mean, under the red line. So none of these pairs met the requirement of Coach Max. So we don't take the trades, right? We said
Yeah.
the CAD looked like it was going to go down. It's going up. We said we wanted the dollar franc leg. It was going up. It hasn't. It went down, and then and then the pound dollar. We said it looked like it was going down, which of course is based on a strong dollar, and it didn't. So just eyeballing it, we wouldn't have been right. But by going through the 20 pips and dip strategy part, we kept ourselves safe because nothing actually met the full criteria. We didn't press the button, and we're not in any trades in the negative right now.
Okay.
Any questions about this so far?
No, not really. No, no questions, sir. I will just need to go watch that videos on 20 deep and come back to this again. I would love to have all these recordings.
It's going up to the YouTube channel.
Okay, all right.
I just tell my subscribe to. That's why we're doing these so we can record them, so people can go and learn. I won't be marketing the YouTube channel, so you have to know it's there, right? So you know it's there. You can look. You can
exactly.
for your team as they come, and it'll be a resource. So yeah, that's why we're doing this now, so that we can make a bunch of material people can go look up on top of what they're doing on the trade error part of it, and hopefully we'll help people with their learning curve.
Okay.
Which makes me think I may make my thing private after this, and then people on our team have to get the invite. I guess I'll talk with Mr. Ramos about it after. And I'll talk about him. I will see. But either way, I'm making these videos now so that way I know I'm adding my contribution to everybody getting proficient with following the 20 pip and dip systems.
Okay. All right, sir.
Now, yeah, I would have rather they went straight to the way we thought they were going to go. So for this session here, it would have been the smartest to follow the 20 pip and dip process and not take any trade.
Okay.
All right, let's take a quick cycle of the charts. You can see the euro, the euro CAD did not go down. That's this one. Hold on. That's this one. That was me. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. That was interesting. So for at least the first 13 minutes, the dollar franc also did not go up. So that was incorrect. I would have guessed wrong, or at least wrong for this time period. And the dollar, the pound dollar, did not go down. It actually went up. So pretty interesting stuff. Not taking a bad trade is most of the times more profitable than actually taking a good trade.
Okay.
Now this pound this dollar franc is bouncing off of a support. So it might be working to give or earn 20 pips. Okay, my friend. This has been an hour and 15 minutes. Oh wow. You see this dollar, you see this dollar franc? That was what we trying to do. Well, here go the pound dollar. We said it was going to go down. We didn't measure where it started off at. We can. It's been 15 minutes. So one 15-minute chart, the 10-minute one, the 5-minute one. This was right at so this might still go down. What screen do you see right now?
Sir?
What screen do you see right now? This
The
one?
trend? You mean the trend?
I'm asking which one of my screens are you? What chart do you see? The twin one?
Okay, it's USD franc.
Okay, you're looking at this one over here. Yeah, so this is the 7, 15-minute, the 10-minute, the 5-minute. So this one started here too. So, this is where it would have started at, and it ran down on its turning. So that could be interesting because, like I said, it has a whole hour to build. So these two are the two that I said that I thought during this hour they were going to go down.
Okay.
This is the start of this candle, so we would have took it back here. And this is the 18, the 10, the 0 line. Right, so So that's kind of how off we was. We wanted them both to go down, and we would have took the trade here. So this one would have went negative 50 pips on this.
Okay.
So all this stuff will still be marked up. So I'm in this John. I'm in this recording now. It didn't do anything in 20 minutes. But the best part of this trade day today was to set up all these trades and not take a trade.
Okay.
That's the best thing because we would definitely be in the negative trying to make the money back.
Okay.
And my friend, I appreciate you getting up early with me. If you need my help,
Thank you, sir.
text me. I'm going to upload this right now, so it'll be there the next 20 minutes, half an hour. It won't have, of course, the conclusion, but I feel comfortable enough to not have taken a trade this morning and just taking my nap and getting up for the trading day later or start to read or whatever else it is. It's better to not take a trade than to take a bad trade.
Exactly. Yes, sir. That's true.
All right, my friend. Keep contacting the people. I will talk to Mr. Ramos when I wake up about getting you that exact recording.
All right. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right?
All right.
All
That's
right.
okay, sir.
Be well.
All right. Thank you. Later, sir.